All right, what we got here is a nice big road grader with a nice big blade. Not the biggest. Tires on this guy are really big. Look at this big front end too. That's like looks like it's a counterweight. Let's find out. Oh yeah, that's solid metal right there. So that's a counterweight. It's got a couple hooks on it. Look at that. Pulling other people out of the ditch. Look at the headlight little bar here too. That's pretty cool because usually they have them up on top, and you can see they got a couple up there now. They got 3, 4 of them, so they shine different ways. I'm on a fast back road, but it's not too busy. This guy's really nice. So you've got a huge counterweight out front to really dig that blade into the ground. You know, the extra weight up here just makes it push down even more. And these pistons will push it down into the ground as well. But that starts lifting the body up as you do that. So you want to make sure you have a lot of weight. And obviously you don't need any extra counterweight back here. But that is a beautiful cab. Look at that. All glassed in. Got windshield wipers on the door and on the other side. They don't really have them on the side, but he's got a little wing window here. That's pretty cool. You can open that up if it's not too hot. You don't need the AC going. I'm sure there's AC in there. So let's see if I can get this back to normal. There we go. So I wanted to show you this though. Let's start with the blade. Well, let's start with these tires. You got the counterweight, you got the light bar. A lot of hydraulics coming up here so they come through here and then down to the unit down here. So as you can see, this unit is connected to the front, but it's not really connected back here at all. It's just got the piston, and that piston right there that I'm pointing at, that'll be to tilt. So you could dig in on a ditch or something like that, or just gouge one side if you're trying to get a slight angle in the road. Then obviously the whole thing can rotate. You can be at the angle it's at now, you could be the opposite angle. I'm not sure how much farther it would go than it is right now. It's on a good grade right now, so they're pushing all the dirt to what would be the passenger side of this vehicle, so to speak, if you're looking at it that way. Look at these tires. They're probably a little over 4 foot tall, so it's pretty heavy duty. They've had their share of wear and tear. Look at that. They're all wore down. That one's almost gone. These guys back here are almost gone. They're probably spinning out a little bit as they're pushing. These guys don't get as much spin out. Even though this might be a drivetrain up here, this might be... No, I don't think these drive. I think these are just floating tires. That's your steering, obviously. And then these are both 4-wheel drive as far as those 4 wheels go. But this guy here is I think that guy actually is to stabilize the tilt. It might help with the tilt, but you can also do it here too. Like you can push the whole thing down, or you could push part of it down, raise this one, lower that one, and you're going to get a dig in that way. And maybe this is just a stability or an assist. So if you guys know about that, if you've operated one of these machines before, please let me know if these actually have the capability of free floating. Like this one can go up, that one can go down, rather than if you push a button, they both go up and down to pressure the blade down or loosen it up to a float. Because what they'll do, if they got a bumpy road, what they'll do sometimes, folks, is they'll float these blades just barely touching the ground, and then when they hit a bump that comes up, they grab the dirt and then it pushes it into a dip, and they slowly flatten the road out rather than just digging the whole thing up. That way they're not going down too much and they can flatten the road out. But if you know about that, please let me know. It looks like there's a pivot point here for that, pivot point down here for that, and that looks like a little motor almost or something there too. You know what? That's a pin that'll shoot out and put into one of these holes, so you can move this whole mechanism permanently over that way, and they'll tilt the whole unit. So maybe that's what these do too, is not just push this down, so to speak, but it will move the whole unit. Because you can see there's a pivot point, there's one on the other side, and you can slide this whole thing over, release this pin, slide it over, put it back in, and now this whole unit is tilted way down like this instead of up like this. So that's interesting, man. I love engineers that get into this kind of stuff, because they're really thinking outside the box on some of this stuff, and like, this is a different way. There's 4 different ways to tilt this thing now, you know. up and down this way, up and down that way, tilting the whole mechanism by just pulling it this way or pulling it that way, and that gives a whole tilt to the whole system. And maybe this guy here. So then they can spin the blade around. They can tilt the blade like this, so they're skimming the ground, or they could tilt it back even more so they're really digging in, or they could just put it like it is right now, which is pretty vertical, and that way they're just scraping. And they're doing on tractors, you'll see it in the back, and that's called a Gannon box. Wow, he hit something. Look at the stairs. Oops. Just go park the tractor and forget it ever happened. That's an easy fix. They can come out, and the welder can come out, or actually they just buy the steps, unbolt them, put new steps on, and this is all rubber right here, so it's meant to bend. That's a big thick piece of rubber, guys. That's not metal. So if they hit something, that thing will bend back. You can see I can actually do it, and that way they won't damage the whole thing and ruin it. But you can just replace the steps by unbolting them. They don't even need a welder. So all right, so this is a cat. Obviously you probably saw that already. It's a 511. I think that's the number of the unit for the company, not the number of the unit by cat. So here's a kind of a part of a grader. So a lot of the I'll pause for a second here. A lot of the Gannon boxes on tractors will have a blade that goes down and a box to keep the dirt from going left and right. And what they'll do, they'll fill up the box. Sometimes it'll pour over the top, but basically that's how you smooth out a road with your tractor. And then it'll also have some teeth that are up. So if you're not using the box, you can put the teeth down into the ground, and that's what you got here. That's to dig up the road. So as he's cruising along, or she, and they're digging up, they're flattening out the road, they're doing some grading with the bucket or with the blade there. Behind them, if that's not their last pass, they'll be digging it up with some blades here, and that way they can dig up the road, so the next time they turn around and go past it, they're going to be able to have some loose dirt to work with. They're not just relying on the blade to try to get the road going. It'll be kind of loosened up already for them. So there's your AC unit right up there. If you look at that guy, that's a nice big AC unit for that cab, but it is kind of a tall cab, so I'm sure they gotta try to get it in there. And you know, you got your simple hydraulics here. You got your main piston that'll shove it down to the ground, and usually these got a tilt on them, but I don't think this actual unit has a tilt to it. It's just got a push it straight into the ground, and that's it. So there might be some sort of a, yeah, I'm not seeing a tilt unit, so that's just up and down. You either push it into the ground or you don't. So here's all your electrical and stuff like that probably in there, and there's going to be your hydraulic fluid and your stuff. I didn't see the gas tank. It's probably down on the other side, but you can see here's the I don't think this opens, but there is a latch here. I don't know what that's for then, but you can see there's your joystick right there that they'll be using. Guy's got a cup holder in there too. He's still got his soda cup in there. And this side's also got a wing window in it. So, but it looks like a pretty comfortable seat, really adjustable. They got multiple adjusts right in the front right there. And he's got another joystick in the front too. So he's got to do two hands to really get this thing operating properly. But that's nice. He's got a fan in there too. So maybe he doesn't run the AC on some days. And he's got a little windshield wiper on the front window too. So not only on the big window and on both sides of that, but he's got that as well. But yeah, you can see how wore down these tires are. That is pretty beat. But yeah, I didn't see the fuel tank here. I guess maybe it's on the other side. Let's walk around the other side and we'll wrap this video up with that. So what do you guys, I didn't see a number on this either. 511, that's going to be the number of the unit for the county or the state. That is not going to be your number. Oh, there, maybe that's it right there. There it is. It's a Cat 120 grader. So if you want to look that up, road grader, the 120. But there you go, folks. I hope you dug it. If you like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe. Help our channel grow. If you want to see another video on this guy or another tractor video or machinery, click right there. If you want to go to our channel, click right there. We got over 1,500 videos covering all kinds of topics from travel and animals and how-to videos and machinery at work and stuff like that. So Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys.